Hey, just want to do a quick look at the markets today. Not much has changed. Well, actually, a little bit has changed. We were almost at about 37.9 last night. Now we're back up to 38. We were back up to about almost 40, almost 39 too about an hour ago. But then the traditional markets pretty much dumped, and now Bitcoin is pretty much following. But Bitcoin is actually up higher than it was last night. So we're in a range right now, and I want a lot of people to realize. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, it's all because of Russia and this war. If not because of that, we'd be at like 100,000 right now. Everything will be fine." We wouldn't, folks. Bitcoin has been on a downtrend for the last like 8 months. You know, Bitcoin goes in 4-year cycles, and we've been in a bear market for almost a year. So Bitcoin has been on a downtrend before this whole Russia thing. Before we were even thinking about Russia, Bitcoin had already dropped 50%. So true, what happens in the news does cause short-term pumps and dumps. But even without Russia, we would still be down right now. Maybe we will be at like 50,000. Maybe we will be at like 45,000. But we would definitely still be down right now, and we wouldn't be at all-time highs. So people really need to realize that. Stop blaming these news events. Unless you're a trader, then you can look at these news events and you can trade them. But even 2020, when we had the whole COVID dump, Bitcoin was at like $7,000 or $8,000. Then it dumped down to 4,000, but the next day it shot right back up. But the whole 2 years before that, or a year before that, Bitcoin was on a downtrend in a bear market. Before we even knew about COVID, before one person died of COVID, Bitcoin was on a downtrend for a year. So you can't blame these news events. They do cause short term pumps and dumps, 100%. But Bitcoin is in a bear market, which I've been saying for the last long time, and you're just going to have to wait probably for another year or two until we hit the next bull market to actually make some significant gains. This is the boring time in crypto, the depressing time, the time when you want to take your antidepressants, when you want to go on vacation, go out and take a walk, get some exercise, go to the gym, because it could be a very long year and a half where you see Bitcoin drop down into the 20,000s and your favorite altcoin drops 50% from here, and it's already down 50%. I mean, your favorite altcoin might drop 99%. It's crazy. I always use this analogy. Cardano was $1.35 in 2017, 2018. A year later, it dumped down to 2 cents. These things drop 90%. It's scary. The trick is getting in at the bottom. And we're not quite at the bottom, but cost averaging right now is okay because we've already seen 50 to 80% dumps. If your favorite altcoin is down over 60%, now's the time to start buying in little increments. You got $10,000, put in 3 or 4 right now. If it dumps another 30%, put in another 3. If it dumps another little bit, put in more. That's how you do it. You don't go all in. But now's the time to kind of be tinkering around and like buying. But the market's probably going to be like this for a while. Even if we see a pump up because we get some great news, whatever that happens this week, and Bitcoin shoots back up to $50,000, we're still in a bear market. If we shoot back up to $50,000, you should be taking some profits in anticipation of a dump back down to $30,000. That's what I'm thinking on this whole thing. Just following the cycles, the 4-year cycles. We're absolutely 100% bear market. Doesn't mean we can't pump $5,000, $10,000, go up to $50,000, but in the long term, for the next year, year and a half, until probably the next bull market, which is the next halving, we're going to be in this down trend. Now, remember, when you watch other YouTubers, they want to pump the hype because that's how they make all their money. In a bull market is when YouTubers make their money. When they shill all the scam coins, they have all the Bybit links. People aren't using Bybit links when we're in a bear market because they're scared. Bybit links is for people who are excited because the price is going up. So they're gonna pump out the hopium as long as they can. You have to realize that. Me, I don't care. I just do this for fun. For whatever, just for fun. But I've been in this market since 2017, and I pretty much know we're in a bear market, and things are going to get depressing. So I got my money on the side. I have a little bit for trading, and then I have my long-term hodl bag. And in 2021, I sold 60% of my coins in major profit. And I wish I had bought more back in 2018, but I didn't because I was a big pussy. But I'm not going to make that mistake. I'm not going to make that mistake this time. So that's pretty much how it is. Most of these coins are down. I'd say almost everything right now is like a good buying opportunity. Even Luna. I mean, you had idiots, telling people to buy Luna at like $100 last week. I mean, I'm not even making this up. If you bought Luna at $100, what are you thinking? This thing's going to go right back down to $50, no question. For me, I'm going to start nibbling in the mid 70s, and I mean little nibbles, because I kind of missed the whole Terra Luna train. And I'd like to actually, make that a good chunk of my portfolio. But it really depends how low it goes. If I can get Luna below $50, that's what I'm shooting for. I was actually in Luna a little bit, and I sold it $100, but I bought in at like $80. This was like 6 months ago, or like 2 months ago. And I really wish I bought some a couple weeks ago when it went down to $50, but I was too much of a wimp. So, I'm definitely looking to get Terra Luna under $70. Under $60 would be great. I'm not going to buy it right now. It's way too high. And I don't know how anybody could have bought this thing at $99. I mean, what are you thinking? Guys, don't buy these coins after they've pumped. I know it's tempting if you're new to the market. If something just pumped 30%, don't buy it. Just buy anything else except for that coin that pumped 30%. It will dump. It absolutely will. But anyway, mostly everything's down right now. Bitcoin's in a range. Be prepared for 20,000. Be prepared this year for $20,000 Bitcoin, but also be prepared for $60,000 Bitcoin. But I don't think we're going to see all-time highs this year. I think we're in a downtrend. We're in a bear market. It's going to be a depressing year. And, if you have to do something, take a few $1,000s and just trade. And every time you make some money with your trade, put that in your HODL bag. But that's how things are going. And don't get so concentrated on the news. The news is good for short term, but Bitcoin, even without Russia, we are in a bear market. It doesn't matter. So don't get scared about the news. Bitcoin 4-year cycles. We've been in the bear market for almost a year. We got another 2 or 3 years left. But in about a year and a half, 2 years, you'll start to see things come up on the uprise, especially as we get closer to the Bitcoin halving. So anyway, markets, like I said, just basically kind of looking, basically how it's been like for the last couple of days. If Bitcoin drops below $37,000, we're probably going to see $30,000. And if $30,000 drops, we're going to go into the 20s. And to be honest with you, we just need to go into the 20s. We need to flush out. When Bitcoin goes into the 20s, it's going to flush out a lot of these scam coins. And that's what has to happen. And all this retail investors who are playing around, all the leverage traders, it flushes them out. Until that happens, we will not see all-time highs. Now, if we go down to $20,000 next week, this bear market could be cut short. And maybe even at the end of this year, we'll go back into a bull market. But we're not going into a bull market until Bitcoin goes into the 20s. That's 100% fact, in my opinion, just from studying the markets for the last couple of years and being in crypto. So anyway, folks, have a good day.